Hey guys, let's get more news from Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Klay Thompson responds to being mentioned in Warriors trade rumors. Klay Thompson's name has been lightly tossed around in Golden State Warriors trade rumors ahead of Thursday's 3 p.m. Eastern Time deadline. And even if there's a very slim chance that he's ultimately a part of any trade made by Golden State, it appears Thompson is not even remotely interested in discussing the topic. Following Wednesday night's 127-104 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers, Thompson was asked about the trade deadline rumors and gave a candid and blunt response. "I don't partake in NBA discourse. I think that's such a waste of energy, and at the end of the day, whether I'm wearing a Dubs uniform or another uniform, I'm gonna be myself," Thompson said, per The Athletic's Anthony Slater. Thompson then confirmed he did want to remain with the Warriors this season and beyond. He also agreed with coach Steve Kerr, saying even if the team doesn't make a trade, they still have the pieces to make a run. "I see Steph Curry, I see Draymond. I go home and check our playoff record as a trio, and then you add what we have. I believe, I will always believe," Thompson said. The comments come just 2 days after Thompson admitted how difficult it was to not close out games after being on the bench during Monday's 109-98 victory over the Brooklyn Nets. Thompson looked far more like his old self in the win over the 76ers, tallying 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting while knocking down 4 of 5 attempts from beyond the arc. He also had a game-high plus-minus of +24. While Brazilian Guilherme Santos played his best game in the Golden State Warriors' victory over the Brooklyn Nets, Klay Thompson continues to do poorly. The star spoke about his current situation and also about the Brazilian and other young highlights of the team such as Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski. The 109-98 victory, last Monday, had Thompson on the bench in the final minutes. In fact, this wasn't the first time that number 11 didn't finish a game for the team recently. This happened several times in recent weeks and also in the previous match, in the loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Then, with a downcast expression, Thompson admitted in an interview with Anthony Slater, from The Athletic, that his moment is not good. "I can't say much. Of course, not closing out games is a difficult adjustment for me. It's a very easy question you asked me. Go from being one of the best players in the world and on the team to even being on the court in the most important moments? I think it would be difficult for anyone. And finally, it's no different for me," said Thompson. "I'm angry? Of course. However, it's not with anyone on the coaching staff, Steve Kerr, or any of our players. I'm mad at myself for my performance. But, in the end, I'm even happier for these young people who join and gain space. And we won the game, which is the most important thing. People don't know how difficult it is to win an NBA game," he added. During the match, the Warriors' idol scored just 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals in 29 minutes on the court. He also made 4 of 9 shots, but was 0 on 3-pointers by missing all 3 shots attempted. Besides Dario Saric, -3, he was the only one who had a negative plus-minus on the team. Golden State lost by 1 point while he was on the court. After playing 20 of the 24 minutes in the first half, Klay Thompson only played in 9 during the second half, making room for Guilherme Santos. The Brazilian played the final 5.5 minutes of the match alongside the other starters. Meanwhile, Thompson was on the bench. The Brazilian's impact was positive, and the star praised the young man. "Like I said, I'm not mad at anyone. After all, the boys are having opportunities and taking advantage of them. It is good too. Guilherme played very well. Podziemski too, Kuminga too. So, in the end, victory trumps everything. And they were a vital part of our good result today," he praised. "Guilherme, especially. With a lot of spirit and effort in defense. It was very important for us to win today. So I'm happy for him. He came from the G League and is having this immediate impact. He's great, he concluded. Finally, the Brazilian scored 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks and 1 steal, playing for 17 minutes. Warriors may try to trade for Jazz center. According to journalist Adrian Wojnarowski from ESPN, the Golden State Warriors may try to make a trade with the Utah Jazz for center Kelly Olynyk. Despite the two teams being close in the table, Wojnarowski believes that the Jazz will negotiate for the Canadian. "Here's an interesting name for Golden State, Kelly Olynyk," said the reporter. "Several teams are after the Jazz center and he makes perfect sense for the Warriors to get him in return. He has size, but he has the ability to space the court and shoot from distance. So, he's a player that Golden State should continue to try in talks with the Jazz. But I think the Warriors believe this is their best chance to fight for the playoffs." However, the Warriors are far away in direct classification for the knockout stage. The team enters the trade deadline with 23 wins and 25 losses, while several athletes have had problems with injuries. Chris Paul has been out for more than a month due to a broken hand, but he is getting closer to returning. On the other hand, Draymond Green missed 25 games due to injuries or NBA penalties. "But some of its main players are performing below expectations," he said. Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson, for example, are fluctuating a lot. So, they need to try something to see if they can get a job. Although the Warriors are involved in several trade rumors, the team has not yet made any this season. Among the names that appear most in speculation are Wiggins and even Paul. Meanwhile, Jonathan Kuminga managed to dispel all rumors. The young man has been having his best campaign as a professional, but he's been even better in recent weeks. Since January 12, for example, he has averaged 24.9 points, 6.7 rebounds, and has shot 53.8% from 3 in the period. So, a trade involving center Kelly Olynyk would make sense in several ways for the Warriors. In addition to being a shooting option from the perimeter, he is also a great passer and contributes to rebounds. Olynyk has an expiring contract worth $12.2 million, making a simple trade difficult. One option, however, would be for the Warriors to send Wiggins, $24.3 million, and the Jazz to send other pieces to beat salaries. Talen Horton-Tucker, for example, is in the final year of his $11 million contract. Additionally, Utah has several tradable draft picks. On the other hand, the person leading the Salt Lake City team is Danny Ainge, known for making his trade partner as difficult as possible. And you fan, what do you think of the Kelly Olynyk situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.